Today we're playing a challenge. Yeah, I added a third forest after Lizard complained about the lack of green sources in my deck. I added the map after losing to no map. I once again have 0 GSZs in my deck because they are actually so bad. And we have defense grids to beat blue. That's the plan today. 2 Force of Vigor because I lost to an artifact deck. And it seems okay. Am I forest maxing? I think 4 forests would be forest maxing. Although I guess you can play any amount of basics you want. And I'm merely playing 3, so I'm just forest larging. Steam Vents Faithless Looting. Okay, I did not like the first part, but the Faithless Looting part sounds okay. A nerf, Undercity Sewers. I don't like it anymore again. I'm kind of a Grixis deck.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Smile.
I would live in Urza's cave as well, no matter how deep Urza delved. He couldn't escape his regrets though. I'll save Saga a bit to play Spelunking next turn. Not sure, but... What's this? Seems like I got Giga punished for not playing my constructs producing machine earlier. But it's fine. Maybe. Pro boners, okay. Hello, I have a good feeling you will win this challenge. You say so, and my opponent fetches their third land. Game 1 to grab Harbinger of the Seas. Or Tides even. Seems like a Chulus. How did the rogue Mr. Dusk run end up? I have not played the games. It's still in the same state as we left it. So, it's a mystery. This is a bit awkward. But Ochulus is a huge problem. Persist. So we're not gonna be making constructs because constructs cannot beat Ochulus. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have counterspell in their deck. Because it seems like a reanimator deck with Ochulus, but honestly who knows. Mr. Dusk. I don't have enough mana to Mr. Beast next turn. Does Cultivator still earn its spot? Well, evidently I have it in my deck, but... should I is another question entirely. One could argue it does not. You don't play but if you don't play Cultivator, then you actually can't win in some spots, and that's annoying. Can't beat Trab and Charm ever. And I just can't mentally afford to not beat Trab and Charm. Double feature Mr. Beast should exist, yeah. I played it before playing this, but I just enjoy the O face. Oh. That's the sound of Mr. Beast. Archon of Cruelty. It's fine, you can reanimate it. Today you saw the HS card with 125 mana value. I think it actually was 100 mana value, then they nerfed it. Let's find out. Now costs 125, up from 100. They also nerfed its power and toughness. Temporarily banned it from wild. Extra cost for Urza. Alright, opponent, if you have counterspell in your deck, then I will suffer greatly. There's no way you have counterspell in your deck with so many black cards in Swamp though. Okay, nice. So you tell me, does Cultivator Colossus earn its spot this game? No, Canister, it doesn't. What you're talking about is entirely result-oriented thinking, which I'll say, yes. I mean, what else do you want to orient yourself with, if not the results? Misstack my trigger, -1 mana. Oni-chan. Did I reach 12 wins in Hearthstone yet? No. 8 is the max. It's been a rather slow journey. I think Hardcast Atraxa wins there. Do you mean Hardcast one-winged angel? Spell Pierce. No dobra. I'll pay. Okay, don't give up. I will not. This stream is going to be Arena 12 wins soon for the next quarter. Which is genius because I just get to make content infinitely. Did I get a haircut? I did yesterday actually. You went out that you don't have to buy Klejnoty. I bought the biggest Klejnoty package at the beginning. So I haven't had to buy the second Klejnoty package yet. But I'm starting to get close to. I guess I have a bunch of gold still, so I'm not really close. Does the new Devour free Scapeshift creature warrant any testing? I don't think so. Looks pretty obviously horrible to me. Because 8 mana requires you to actually have lands in play. Seems way more... way narrower than Colossus already is. And Colossus is pretty narrow already.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Canny dab.
Thank you very much for the sub, Celesneal. I appreciate your support. Did I forget to get woodland? I guess I'm not actually looping then. Funny. Alright, we can loop now if we need to. But Mr. Beast is attacking with his friend Mr. Beast. Now, against a Ochulus, Thoughtseize, Reanimator deck. I think we want to simply win. Trying to play fair sounds like a bad idea. Will they play Harbinger in their deck though? They play blue, let's add defense grids and call it a day. Bad against Thoughtseize, of course, but life is also pretty bad sometimes, and yet we live, and we fight on every day. Good showing for Quilty, indeed. It has defeated double spell piece, which is significant.
He's a phenomenal control player.
64 months is how many years? 5.3333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333.
Doesn't seem like one, so I'll keep. How many rounds today? Seems like just 6. Opponent fought Caesars, which means that mulliganing would have been worse off for me anyways. Whoa, takes Grazer that I can't cast. This is, I think, a sign of disrespect. To look at my hand and conclude that they want to take Grazer. Dobra, kurwa, co to jest za VTuber Jones pizdę? Za mocny content. Od rana, Send Nutritious. Oh, they play Frog, I guess. That's an issue. But basically, send this is too strong. The content is too extreme for 8 AM or on a Saturday. Emperor of Boners. Archon of Cruelty. Defense grid looking good. Just discard hand, okay. I have no outs. Have into the Floodmaw. Consign. This is actually a Dismember matchup, not a defense grid matchup. Upon thinking it through. Because of the Emperor, Oculus, Frog. So this was a kind of a silly one to bring. Two Grazer still seems appropriate. Needle on Frog / Bones. The fact that you can name a card with Pithing Needle does not mean you should bring it in. Keep that in mind, chat. Because sometimes it seems like you forget that. Keep. I'll lead on Forest. This is the Urza's Cave missing second green situation. Don't Thoughtseize. No nie, ty cwaniaku. Oh, they left me with Explore. That's convenient. Hello, is this live? Sort of. There's a downside to playing 2 Sagas on this turn, namely if my opponent holds up Consign, it can get brutal. Consign counter both Amulet fetching abilities. But as they say, YOLO. It could also be brutal if I don't have double Amulets and I cannot Titan my opponent. And at the very least I'll have 2 constructs against my opponent who has kept up mana to Consign. Which is not much, but something. You get to Consign 2 third chapters, it was pretty great. It is brutal, yeah. Emperor of Boners. But sometimes you should play to your outs. And sometimes the out is just to not get consigned twice. Opponent can steal my Titan now with a land. I have Barrow Downs in hand, so I can prevent that. Sad. But we are live to top deck. Interesting. Co się dzieje z tym botem? Why is the bot not automatized? I thought so too, sent. Making a construct can not have an impact on the game, so... This should be Analyst loop and I will win. Unless I get Spell Snare, then I will be ashamed to show up my face ever again. But odds of Spell Snare post-board are pretty slim. Land Enchantment is good. I need to sacrifice Urza's... No, I actually don't. I milled a Spelunking, so I have the loop. And I have Delirium without even sacrificing Urza's Saga. But I guess I will, because just in case, maybe I suddenly will stop having Delirium if I forget about it, if I stop thinking about it. It's gonna be gone, which we don't want. Opponent waiting for their consign to stop my combo any time now. Any move now, it's gonna be their time to shine. This is a funny looking swamp. Where's my school symbol? Yes, I can pact for Mr. Beast or Titan in this spot to make it faster. Which is precisely what I will do. Although I milled over all of my Titans, so I have no more Titans. We have Surgical. That seems unlikely given that I had a spot to extract my Lotus Fields and I would lose to that. Siedem, 10, 50, okej. the new worm from Edge of Eternity's bad? Most likely, yes. Like, it would make me win in this spot, but my vigilant viewers will notice that I have already won. And it would actually have no impact on the game result. Alright, Colossus getting hasted. Now it's time for your murderous cat. I think my request for auto-stacking amulet triggers has been ignored. We can go to the forum and see. After we're done clicking. Force of Despair? No, please don't. Not Force of Despair. %100% they have a consign. If villain had consigned them, there was a window where they actually could have consigned one of my first Lotus Field untapped triggers, and that could be potentially a bit problematic for me. Or they could have consigned one of the Sagas getting an amulet, which would also be good enough to stop me from winning this turn, so I'm kind of not entirely sure they have a consign. But maybe. So I like the new Lotus Field art. Is it gonna be in Edge of Eternities? I have not seen it. Interesting. So what's the win con from here? That's such a good question. Mirrorpool as well? Oh wow. They had Into the Floodmaw in their deck earlier. So maybe opponent's just sitting on Into the Floodmaw. That would make sense. Because there was actually no good window for Floodmaw. Aj. No i nie wyszło. Minus 42. We won. We won the first match of a challenge, which is very nice and hasn't happened. Let's mulligan it. This hand sucks as well. That has out to become great if I just draw well. But it's gonna be pretty tough against Frog. Indeed looks like a zone where blasting has occurred. It's good for blast zone to look like a blast zone. And for a mirror pool to look like a mirror pool. Makes it all make sense. Right, Tamio flip. It's one of the best draws, but still my draw is too bad to actually benefit from that. Also, their Tamio flipped, but did not plus, so it's not as good. It's actually better, probably, than if it stayed a creature. Although opponent assuredly has counter spells in their hand now, and I don't know how I beat that. The simple answer might be that I don't. Every time I see a person registering counterspell in Modern, I wish they would be subjected to 100 public spankings by Ocelot Pride and Guide of Souls. Which is mostly what has been happening in Modern for a year or so. Or more than that. Maybe I should get Analyst, but... You know, well, just look at this, like, this is absolutely OP. And not okay. How is that a thing you could do in the game of Magic the Gathering to another person? In Hearthstone, there's no counter spells. Actually, there are. There's like one deck. The mage decks with secrets. They are actually giga good against everything I play as well. There's literally a counter spell, and they also made a counter spell for creatures. They made Essence Scatter, I think. Well, there used to be a card that just damages the monster, but now there is literally counter the next minion secret. Holy shit, Sent Nutritious, your stocking abilities really make me think twice about the internet digital footprint I've been leaving as a teenager. I keep. Yes, Counterspell was in the first base set, but now there is a Counterspell, but for creatures as well. Nawet neutrony nie są obojętne, no. Defense grid taken, did its job. Sort of. Dobra, spierdalaj, no, magiku. Focis ci na imię. Come on, Focis bug one time. Focis bug z Bema. The card is called Objection. It is. Psychic Frog. Seems really impossible to beat Harbinger in this spot. Cavern of Souls Gaming, I cut it. You know, it's an endless tug of war. If Cavern would be good, you cut it. But then, like, you play 5 tournaments with Cavern and you play against roughly 0 counter spells. So, it's tough. Now opponent drew land number 3, fetches, plays Harbinger of Disease, and I can the very best just click the concede game button because defense grid is here to save me. Opponent played Amulet 20 days ago. This hand is a... I mean, is this a keep perhaps? Might be. It's a turn 3 Titan if I draw it. And I have a TOS which I can maybe transmute. Seems like it is the mirror. I drew Scapeshift. This is sort of a missing second green for Scapeshift. Type situation. What if I Lotus Field and transmute this turn? Then next turn I can Scapeshift with 2 lands. I'm missing a bounce land then to fully loop, but maybe I can mill it. And drawing any Explorer Grazer is gonna actually be good. If I draw a Titan, then that's fine as well. That's an out as well then. Thank you for having the bedtime Charlie. For me to fall asleep too after playing the other Charlie Kaneki. What time zone do you live in? Is it 2 AM? No, that'll be 3:27 AM. 2 amulets, Monka. Also, did you win? Oh, explore. Okay. Grove Chamber. Could be a win. Actually, I think I win, just guaranteed. Almost. Well, I can mill my other pact, which can punish me. Which is a thing I'm claiming never happens, but it can actually happen this time. So it's gonna be a small chance that I lose. You won your first 13 games with Ruby Storm and then lost in the semis. Good job. Well, so if we mill over the Pact of Analyst, then I guess, yeah, as I said, I can I can, well, I'm in a pretty bad spot then. But opponent didn't want to wait and see. Have 2 Force of Vigor. Holy shit, that's a hateful approach to the mirror match. Aisu Kurim. Never know if I want to keep Beast in my deck or not. It doesn't matter that much, like mostly if you Titan you will win. Sometimes the game plays out weirdly and you wish to have Mr. Beast, but pretty uncommon. Mostly it's about just not think all over your opponent in the early turns. Right, chat, I'm testing the skip song function now, so Fapsi, I'm sorry. No, it's Austin bottom. I don't know. Open mulligans to 6, I go Saga, Gardens, and then turn 3 Analyst and maybe win. Since I have 2 Force of Vigors in my deck, I should probably mulligan. Because this hand doesn't break the serve on the draw whatsoever, and it doesn't even necessarily win on turn 3. What if I keep? I can draw Force and then hand it's gonna be alright. Scapeshift. So now I just need to draw Force with my Explore and then we win next turn. Maybe. Yes. Well, I did not draw Force. So I don't know if we win next turn because maybe I die. There was also a possibility. Can you explain how we win next turn? Well, I had 3 mana, so I go Spelunking, Vestige, Vestige, 4 mana, Scapeshift. And then I have Scapeshift to do 4 mana, 4 lands in play, which is a win. Which I hope you're familiar with. If not, then it's beyond the scope of this presentation. Alright, Force of Vigor, Force of Vigor, we have 2 draws. No Force. I could play Lotus Field and then crack my map to have a Boseiju in hand, which I can't use to interact. But I have it. Also, they have Otawara at the very least, which means that they could interact with my Spelunking. Although, of course, most likely villain casts something, likely a Titan. As Scapeshift, they possibly could have cast last turn if they had anything extra in hand. A nie, ma Scapeshifta, dobra, no to jebać mnie i mnie na imię. Funny, TUS, Lotus Field. Uncommon combination. Hedge Maze, Cultivator Colossus. So they win. Fire and War. Oh, oh. It is not too late for my mercy. Oh, oh. Turn 1 Saga Amulet. Turn 2. I mean, technically. No, well, that doesn't work. It's a bit too weak. So there's not a guaranteed turn 3 win. I only have Amulet as my, like, I don't have spells. Yeah, it's just mulligan. There's no escape. There's no escape. Interesting hand. I think it's a keep. I'm just gonna play turn 2 Analyst, turn 3 Lotus Field. Or a grounded intoxicating innocence. When moves to 5. Welcome Moon and Star. Come to me through fire and war. Oh, no land. Interesting. Maybe they have Force of Vigor, which kind of makes deploying the Spelunking a bit worse. I have Force of Vigor as well now, so we can play slow. We can absolutely chill and play it like this. Play Analyst and pass. Could also try not to get blown out by Endurance necessarily. I don't need to. Okay. Song name, let me check. It's the Rude Sandstorm. Or Esper or whatever. Let me think of that variety. Esper what? The Ketramos deck. Does it play Prismatic Ending? Perhaps. But it also plays Thoughtseize, so it's a bit tricky. It's frog, but not the scary kind of frog. It's not even frog at all. It's white-black midrange. Well, I guess it is frog, but... When Muminki versus Phyrexia? Soon. For life. Why did he exile the ending? Otte Pascudo. Why would he exile the ending? Doesn't he have Ketramos in the deck? Nice frog mana. Otte Pascudo. I guess you technically want to have more cards in your graveyard to make Ketramos into a monster. Maybe I should have played a land last turn. Oh, yeah. Bro, the Thoughtseize was so timely. This was a perfect moment for a Scapeshift as well. Now it's kinda not good. No i kurwa teraz Scapeshifting. I think it's fine though, still. Nice TOS in play, I know. Play Mr. Beast. Seems like it. Well, it's -1 mana to have it in play. It's also -1 land I can search for. Am I fine getting rid of Hanweir? Yeah, I am. It's fine. But also, like, the 2S is in play because I search for it with Cave. Not because I'm a funny guy. I mean, I could analyze, I could, like, get bounce on Boseiju and try to hit the relic and then go off, but that's kinda not great. I think Mr. Beast seems better. Just Mr. Beast with 5 lands and try to win. What do I copy? Surveillance? Well, is that a mistake? Kinda. I guess it is. He's cracking in response anyways. So I can't haste, can't T-West, but I also didn't have packs already. Mill 2 Titans. Wow, that's actually all I can do. I should have surveilled before drawing the second card. Would be useful to draw, so I guess not getting that surveil was actually crucial. Like, this would let me loop, right? Which I now can't. But should be alright. Unless another relic. I'd already spent the relics they had. I mean, I guess they could just kill me with a frog. 9 cards. They could just discard, ditch, grow, kill my grazers. Overall of the Belmurk, okay. Like Solitude, both grazers. Can you make that 20 damage though? I don't know. Solitude, okay. Solitude Beast. Sure. I mean, it's gonna be giga annoying if he makes me play it out. He's just picking up Solitudes, which is mostly annoying. Could I Solitude again? Yes. That's gonna be rough. Because I will need to Boseiju Otawara all permanents. No, dobra. We've got a floater. Ten lands, Scapeshift. Do I even have 10 lands in my deck? 5, 6, 7, 8, exactly. Awesome. The issue, I have to actually click through all of this. No nic, na kloksie nie będziemy bawić GG. Alright, opponent accepted my dominance here and said that he will not try to abuse the clock. Otawara your own amulet to save time. It saves no time. Spelunking, like I already used Spelunking and it takes precedence. Still says sacrifice 2 lands. It does, yes. And when you cast Summoner's Pact, it says that you are searching your library.
He's a
Maybe it's not
phenomenal
with Pact.
control player.
Maybe it's not the case with Pact
Good
actually.
morning, Mr. Streamer. Wish you many amuletos today.
It was with Finally of Devastation for sure. But let's take note when next time we cast Summoner's Pact. So you're gonna board in Consigns, but I can't cut Colossus. That's a rough situation. Therefore sideboarding against the opponent's deck is impossible. Let's keep 3 Grazers on the draw. 61. Tuko CR, thank you very much for your sub. Much appreciated. This hand is too weak. After much consideration, I have to ship it. Oh yeah. This is so bad. Not a great hand. You might have Ashoks in the sideboard as well, which is just unkind. I mean, Tireless Tracker is the one potential Ashok solution. Michael Jackson, no właśnie leci. Michał Jackowiak. 2 mana, no play. Weird, just nothing to deploy whatsoever. Oh, of course, they have Felia Exuberant Shepherd. How could I have not thought of it? Ay, Balemurk gets a Flicker Wisp, okay. Tireless Tracker definitely showing off his skills against this opening. Witch Enchanter in the graveyard. Alright, I'm fucked. Well, I guess I can Boseiju the Overlord. Let's do that. Let's do it now, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Emanate is even in my opponent's deck. Frankly. Probably not. Smooth criminal. Failure into Overlord is Giga OP. That deck mills more cards than Dredge does. Frankly. Routinely. Frog. More like Fro GG. I think I have to bounce Forest. A nie, bo kurwa wraca ten jebany Flicker Wisp. Jak to tak to działa? To jest pojebane przecież. Dobra. Wszystkie lony mi wykurwił w Exile. This is what happens when you don't dismember Felia instantly. He has March in his deck as well, which means that playing Saga is also a bit sus. More sus than it would have been, maybe. Maybe should board down to 0. This hand is really awkward with Vesuva being unable to copy Boseiju, which I would prefer to do. Much prefer. And I'm awkwardly gonna copy Urza's Saga, but it's not pretty. I cut map, which might be useful this game, but hopefully my Spelunking draws me something useful instead. The white-black deck adding blue makes the matchup way harder. Relic. Consigning. I draw a bounce land. That's gonna be actually kind of awesome. Okay. No bounce land for me. Witch Meadow. Flicker Wisp. Ashiok, no nie. I mean... Make a construct. 1-1. Let's fucking go. No, I mean I can't beat Ashiok. It's absolutely brutal. At what place are you in the ranking of best Amulet gamer? Lately, the worst. If you ask me a few months ago, the best. Got the draw better to be best. The draws, yeah, have been rough. Canister because you only draw gas. Yes, as you see on the screen. This is an absolute gas hand. Slayer Stronghold. Well, that was probably years ago, right? So Rockster. Ja pierdzielę. The constructs don't seem good to me now. Battle at the Brigade. Okay. It's Esper Murktide, which is more Murktide than Esper. They had blue lands, which indicated that, and played no cards, which also indicated that, but my villain is just playing a main deck Harbinger deck with pest control in it. Esper truly has no bad matchups, yeah. So the decks I would like to play with are either the Quarry Steelcutter Affinity decks, or maybe the Gober and Eldrazi's chat. The Gober and Eldrazi's deck. What's my opinion on Blue Belcher? It's powerful, but I haven't been vibing with it at all. The Eldrazi Blood Moon deck, yeah. In other words. Turn 2 grid, turn 3, hopefully Scapeshift. By which I mean turn 1 I thought sees you. Then I die. I'm sorry, Alp MTG, for making fun of your culture. Otsis shouldn't be allowed to discard any card. I mean, Otsis me again, bro, I dare you. Consigned Titan. Mill me. Ty skurwysynu, no. Jak ja cię nienawidzę. Ty dziadzie. Can't do anything if I play Titan, I die to consign. If I play Scapeshift, I get forced. Pest control. Bro, fuck off. No, like, what is this? How am I supposed to play in those circumstances? Puts a card on top, it's over. Opponent is definitely an interactor. If I've ever seen one. Let's play around Flash Subtlety by not attacking for 1 damage. All of that to cycle on Earth. 2-2 frog bracket. I got into the 2-2 frog bracket by losing out in the 1-0 frog bracket. No dupa. Kurwa. This is a tragedy. Well, 2-1 was as per Blink. It's not a frog deck, but it plays frog, which is a card strong against the Amulet deck, I guess, so maybe that's fair to call it a frog deck. Frog, 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 frog this, frog that. Graveyard Trespasser, no. Time to just play frog and Amulet yourself, seems like it. Do you think they are holding up a counterspell? I mean, I can't beat it, so let's try seeing if it's there. In round 6 of the Modern Challenge. Get an unplayable hand, as it is usual lately, and get a pretty good one, so nice change of pace. I don't know what my opponent is playing, probably going to put back Colossus, just in case they play aggro, energy. Play the Amulet first in case of Whatsies. Always a bit tricky, but if it gets removed, I get to explore on turn 2. Eugen's Labyrinth, okay. That's fine. It that heralds the end. Alright, finally, a good fucking matchup. I bet. Oh, Alberto went 2-3. Nice frog deck, bro. Alright, chat, can we get a Titan? One time. I put back Mr. Beast on the bottom of my deck, and now I regret that, but can I get a Titan? I cannot. Sure. If I can't, then I guess I will just not get a Titan, that's fine. Maybe the Grazer should have been in play already. Would prevent 2 more damage. Urza Saga, Urza Saga. Definitely should be in play. Vesuva stays in hand. Actually, a mistake. I should put Vesuva into play. copy Simic Growth Chamber and bounce Simic Growth Chamber because it's better against Myco spawn. Exiling my Vesuva. Still lets me combo if I draw a Titan or Scapeshift. So it might actually be costly if my opponent plays a Myco spawn. Kozilek's Commando, okay. Grazer down. Oh wow. Saga gone. Doesn't matter. Will I draw a payoff? No, I will get punished for putting Mr. Beast back. And punished for playing my Grazer Return late, perhaps. Because now they don't need a spell to kill me. Nice draw. I don't know how I want to sideboard against the Eldrazi aggro deck. Like, my instinct is that I don't want to board much. I think I just resubmit and go fast. Can I unsubmit? Because I need to pee. Actually. Alright. Let's draw a banger hand. We had a turn to victory. Ayache. Is this a keep? Oh, I don't know. This is sort of not pretty. Maybe try Houses list before you abandon Amulet. Bro, it's like the same list. He has a fucking Elvish Reclaimer in the sideboard. He just hits better matchups. So I wouldn't abandon Amulet, I would just play a few challenges with different decks. Literally same deck list. Will one of the decks be Esper Blink? Well, Esper is good against Frog, so that's tempting. But I'm very much not interested in that. Zero Cultivator is insanity? I think it's fairly sane, like, I don't know. People do that and they're fine. Definitely helps you, but it also costs you. But I like it, so I play it. Oh, I don't know if I keep this chat or not. Good, not much, no. I'll keep and just draw a land. My turn 3 and then win on turn 4. Siemaneczko, zerkuwa. Wondering if I should play the Analyst on turn 2. If it gets exiled with Kozilek's Commando, that is a bit of a problem. One command exiled, so there's no way they have more. But does the Analyst in my hand actually do anything? Okay, I'm playing the Gruul Turf instead. To win on turn 4 as was planned. Let's go. Fought not Seer, exile my Spelunking. I draw nothing and I die. Flash Raker, okay. I could play Explore this turn. Doesn't really matter to do it though. What's happening? I think my opponent is casting Kozilek's Commando to look for Warping Whale. They scryed one top. They actually had Warping Whale. Holy guacamole. Alright. Hopefully I won't die next turn, or they won't Devourer of Destiny my Spelunking. I think I shouldn't play the Analyst, but damn. Could have played around that by playing Titan first and then Scapeshifting. Did not think of Warping Whale, frankly. Caught me a little bit off guard, but I guess it makes sense to be there in a fully colorless deck. Another Flash Raker. Monka. 12. Okay. You have another Commando. Well, another Commando just kills me, so you can't have it. Or at least it doesn't matter that you have it. Don't have Delirium. Każdy ruch to wspólny move. No to jest tak genialna rzecz, żeby człowiek mógł powiedzieć ją. Okay. Why did you float? What's the Saga errata? The Blood Moon rules change. It's not really an errata. Because it doesn't change the text on Blood Moon, it just changes how it works. But what's on the card wasn't really indicative of how it works anyways. Or rather the Saga's rule change, which makes them not die when they lose their abilities. Bro, you have the Kozilek's command? No kurwa masz, no to no chuj się czaisz zamiast mnie zabić, no debilu. Jebany, kurwa. O co ci chodzi? Whoops, what happened? We lost to Eldrazi's twice. We got destroyed by... whatever. Was it... Warping Whale? Absolutely pathetic showing.